blessings to the world from the universal power of life. I don't care who made up the word Nigger, from what time, whether it's from slavery or anything else. I don't care who make it up. That word is a diss to all people, no matter where they come from or what race. So I ain't an Nigger. True talking, straight life. Truth over lies every time. Stop lying to the people, whoring out the women, and molesting and abusing the people of the world. The Most High is life. Blessings to the Most High. From you know the truth and you're ready for turn them out. From you have it in your hand, you have it say. From you know the truth and you're ready for turn them out. All of them have to go drop down, you say. From you know the truth and you're ready for turn them out. You love woman, yo, what you tell them say. From your habit in your pocket with the woman by your side every time, no lie, true talking. Hand up, tell them say. Basha em Yahweh, Yeshua Yaha, Reshafa El Hada, Ha Rashida. Every time evil people, they are the walking dead, they will eternally die in the name of the Most High. We always talk for the Most High. Israelites always defend the people and talk for the Most High. We don't waste time talking about whoring out women, calling ourselves ignorant, and selling out to the slave owner. We are not racist. We live up for righteousness. Truth is life. Bless.
Hallelujah, Emmanuel. Amasia, Nazuya, Aziel. Zamru, Yahweh, Aruenel. Yahweh, Garakata. Amasia, Azar, Ahab, Eretz. Ahabu, Israel. Bashem, Yahweh. Nazuya, Tadala. Hallelujah. Israelite, Barakata. Nazarites of Yahweh, stand up and fight. All afraid the world, them have their woman in flight. No one to see, no one to hear them have their youths, them a show it. Your mind and body, they just want to control it. Nazarites of Yahweh, stand up and fight. All afraid the world, them have their children in flight. Don't you all see that it is not right? The new Babylon, nothing is for free and everything has a price. We are Nazarites of Yahweh, straight from Yehuda, and we are talking for Emmanuel the Messiah. Elohim Yahuwah am our Kali, Kazamu Emmanuel Nabai, Amasi I am our one of our parties, and we are talking to the Anunnaki specifically. Nebatima with a political entity and for years and centuries of people without pity. Yahweh Nazarites here, get rid of them immediately, and remove the whole them way of working for Cersei way of lying with the people with the Zeus Christianity. Them are just a ghost that racist wars maliciously behind closed door. They try to do it conspicuously in front of everybody. We have burned out their policy. All our life is a game of their false reality to blind the people to the truth of worldwide conspiracy. Pollution on earth will only bring out catastrophe. Invented by scientists, we have lived unnaturally to kill our righteous people in every capacity. And there'll be Yahweh never that will speak after we. That will speak to the world, Emmanuel prophecy. And they will speak the word of Yahweh correctly. Of the women, children, and the you respectfully. Spreading Yahweh healing miracles, Nazareth use necessity. Fool them to evil without meaning with the victims that are bleeding at their youths. Them bleed, please go black people to see religion, politics, misleading, genetic foods are deceiving. Heal the day you're half and feeling who have to see and will believe in righteousness. We are seeking to lay and we are reading peace and truth the world needing. Now I'm always revealing with the faith of us. You see the Messiah prophecy is healing. That's why night of woman breathing. Emmanuel is life giving. Yahweh is eternal living. King of Zion is forgiving. Amen. So we receive Emmanuel, not believers speaking.
Now with the Forerunner Chronicles, and right now we have a very interesting guest via telephone. The reason that he can't do a video interview with me at this time is because the information that he's going to be sharing with us is extremely sensitive in nature, and to protect himself, we're going to be doing this as a telephone interview. Anyhow, our guest right now, Soldier X, are you with us?
Yes.
All right. Now, before we jump into some of this information, because we had to stop for a minute before earlier, but you were touching on a lot of interesting things. We need everybody out there to hear about this. But can you please just give everybody a little bit of your background to let them know your military involvement and why you are obviously a person of interest, because you would because of your military involvement, you've been placed in predicaments to come across very interesting information.
Okay. When I started in 2000 in the Army, I was infantry airborne and went to Ranger, and then to several other training bases. Also, my last training and my last involvement with the Army was with you asked me why am I interested in getting this information out? It's simply because it affects us all, whether you're a soldier, whether you're a politician, whatever you are, this is going to affect us all, because it goes from the highest to the lowest, and it's definitely a concern for humanity.
Amen. I love that. So now, we were talking a little bit earlier about the whole situation with the buildup of UN troops here in the United States of America, right?
Right.
Can you jump into that and just kind of touch on that information once again?
Okay. We'll start with Texas. Texas has the buildup of Russian troops for a chemical unit, the same chemical unit that was deployed to Afghanistan in the 80s to chemically take care of the Afghan people, not just the Mujahideen, but the people as well. They gassed everything and everyone. In Fort Bragg, there was a buildup of German troops, and they're basically just sitting and waiting. And then in Florida and the Everglades, there's about 20,000 Chinese troops. And
this is all taking place right now. And you said that all of these guys are on standby right now.
They're all on standby. None of them are doing training with us. It's all standby for them when the superhighway that they have going from Canada down to Mexico is implemented, and when all the highways are interlooped with each other to make people, go back to where the origin of where they came from. Most of the troops, the European troops, will come down from Canada down to the United States. The ones that are already here will then disperse. So any hostile Americans they come across, they'll have a chance to get it before full war breaks out.
It's the plan to build a massive superhighway, the Trans-Texas Corridor, the NAFTA Superhighway, which will run from our border with Mexico across Texas, and that superhighway intended to go all the way up to Canada. Bill Tucker has the report.
It's known as the TTC, the Trans-Texas Corridor, I-69, or just the NAFTA Superhighway.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's highly controversial. The proposed route from Laredo, Texas to Texarkana, Texas would be a 4,000-mile network of new toll roads with truck and car lanes, rail lines, pipeline, and utility zones. Its projected cost, $183 billion over 50 years.
Leonard Cobb is a wheat and grain farmer from Bell County. His operation sits just outside Rogers, Texas, and in the middle of one of the proposed paths of the now defunct Trans-Texas Corridor. Even though the Texas Department of Transportation says the TTC is officially dead, Cobb is leery about their revised plans.
When you look at the plan that's out there, really nothing's really changed that much. But basically they're saying 600 feet instead of 1,200 feet. But I don't know if anybody's ever walked off 600 feet somewhere, but that's still a pretty wide road.
Libya. Now, I'm an old infantry veteran, and this war in Libya, you guys, is not about fucking oil. It's not about helping the fucking people. It's about fucking water. Man-made river. Everybody should fucking know about this. I'm sorry for saying the F word so much, you guys, but I just hate these wars so much. I'm very passionate about this. We are killing people, murdering people rather, and the United States taxpayers paying for it. And it's just insane. A man-made river in Libya. You got to check this out. Libya has built one of the biggest aquifers in the world. They're supplying, this is a desert country. This country, if we wouldn't attacked, this is all online right now. This is basically mostly done. This is a map of the aquifers. What happened is the Libyans were looking for oil in the Sahara, and they found this huge deposit of water underneath the ground. Libya's a great man, and what Gaddafi did for the last 20-something years, he's been building this huge system of pipes and reservoirs throughout the country. Now, he put in pipes, giant pipes, and he put this stuff underground. I've still pictures of it. There's a digger with a trench. And here's one of the aquifers that Libya built. These things are massive. You know, there's no water over there. Now, Gaddafi's plan was to green the desert, and he was doing a good job. Now, Libya is totally independent for energy. They built this thing with no money from the IMF or the World Banks at all, so they're totally autonomous with their projects. Brown and Root were the ones that, I guess, that built the thing. It's a big company over here, engineering company. And here's the pipes that the water flowed through the desert. This thing had costed like $83 billion, but they did it totally without the IMF, the World Banks. Gaddafi paid for it himself, and the banks didn't want that. Number one, they don't want to feed the people in northern Africa. This little country with this water could probably feed the entire continent of Africa and the Middle East. They're going to have they have big plans of exporting much food to Europe. Get this. They're going to green the desert. And this is what this war is about. This war is not about. It's not about oil. It's not about freaking helping anybody. This war is about water. Water is much more important in the desert than oil. And Gaddafi had one. He said, "Fuck you to the World Banks." He said, "Fuck you to your loans. We don't need it. We're going to do it ourselves." And this country probably would it would be the greatest country in the world. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to divide Libya again. You know, it's more the colonialism. They know there's two main tribes here. They're going to try to divide and conquer the tribes in Libya, and divide the country, keep them a warring faction going, where this water project can get no further as far as growing food. Because what they're going to do, they're bombing the whole freaking desert right now, and they're going to pollute the desert with radioactive material again, just like we did Iraq. And the people are going to be divided and conquered. And this water project is never going to get this massive greening of the desert. It's not going to happen if there's this conflict going on.